card. And she says that she and my grandson are fine. Okay.
Save Tacoma Water. It's going to take a mass movement to do this, and we'd like everybody to come. We're not finished. We're just starting.
Water over profit. Water over profit.
Water over profit. Water over profit. Water over profit. Water over profit. Water over profit.
Save the water.
Show me what the people look like.
This is what the people look like.
Show me what the people look like. Show me what the people look like. And she's going to be giving us her thoughts today about what went down in courtroom 411 on Friday when the court took away our rights to be able to vote on an initiative that would give us the power to control our publicly owned water. Testing. Thank you, protester. My ancestors have a saying. The frog does not drink up the pond in which it lives. And yet Tacoma leaders don't seem to understand this. They are perfectly okay with selling our natural resources to the highest bidder, ignoring the evidence of an already warming planet. On Friday, democracy died a little in Tacoma. A Pierce County judge threw out 17,000 signatures for the Save Tacoma Water initiative. The reason why the port, the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Board, and the City of Tacoma filed the lawsuit? Because they're cowards. Yeah! They realized that the Tacoma residents were pissed off at their corruptive actions, and the people decided to use their democratic rights. The only thing the residents were trying to do was protect Tacoma's water and surrounding areas from future corporations who want to use more than 100 million gallons a day. This is the last place on earth to settle for that false choice between jobs and the environment. Jobs come and go. We only have one planet. Our elected officials in this city are no longer working for the good of the people or the environment. They are getting away with criminal acts behind closed doors. Water is a source that we need to survive. People may say that we have more than enough to go around. Why then did the city of Tacoma have to purchase and bring in 147 million gallons of water last year when we had a shortage? In her book, Water Wars, Vandana Shiva writes, "We will not survive as a species if greed is privileged and protected, and the economics survive the greedy. Set the rules for how we live and die. Tacoma will not be a sacrifice zone for economic progress. Our next steps: hold city leaders and their cronies accountable for their actions. Find replacements for our local governments. This includes the Port of Tacoma and the City Council. It is an election year, probably one of the most important ones that you and I will ever see in our lifetime. Another step is to stand our ground to protect our community and our environment, our endangered species, and our children. Most importantly, cool it on the consumerism. Start with small actions like refusing to buy bottled water and carry reusables. Bring your own bag to the store, compost, limit meat consumption. Be involved with local events and keep an eye on our elected officials. Know that you are part of a strong community, and remember that we have a lot to lose if we do not effectively work together." Thank you, Roxy. Alan, we might as well have you give your speech here too.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, on behalf of Save Tacoma Water, I want to thank everybody who has attended this rally. I want to give a shout out to Sarah Larkin, to Roxy Murray, to 15 Now Tacoma, to Red Line Tacoma, and all the rest of these groups who have stood by us as our democratic rights to collect signatures and your democratic rights to vote were being attacked by thugs and cowards in the corporate structure.
Yeah.
We Tacoma activists need to stick together in this battle, because an attack on us is an attack on every environmental group in Tacoma. It's an attack on every citizen in Tacoma. It's an attack on democracy itself and the voice of the people. A lot of people have asked, why have they sued us? Part of the reason that they sued us was to stop us from putting this initiative on the ballot. And they named a bunch of us as being personally responsible to pay lawyers' fees and court costs and punitive damages. But that thuggery stunk so bad that they were forced to drop that. However, even more important is the example that our initiatives would set, because it would let people know that we have a right to control publicly owned water, and that right trumps the rights of the corporations to pollute and to ruin our environment. So they're really afraid of real democracy. They're afraid of people having control over the natural resources. This fight is not over. This fight is not over. We're planning right now. We're going to have a meeting on Tuesday at the downtown Tully's at 5:30. We want everybody to come and help us plan. Become a water warrior. Become a water warrior for your children. Become a water warrior for your future. Become a water warrior for our mother, the planet Earth. Become a water warrior for the human race. Become a water warrior. Join us. Thank you so much.
This issue about the water is very important. But ultimately, we are going to have to transform society to a society based on human and environmental needs. Hey, Frank? Because otherwise, it's just going to be one fight after another. A methanol plant here, a natural gas plant there, a big water guzzling plant here or there, and oil, keeping oil trains off the tracks. These are all symptoms of a systemic problem, and that is our capitalist economic system. So ultimately, we're going to have to transform that society where workers run it for human needs and environmental needs. And that's not going to be easy. Partially because most of our environmental groups are intertwined with the Democratic Party, which is funded by the very corporations that are trying to do all these things that we don't want. So one of the things that would help is that we build a left alternative to the Democratic Party that actually represents workers and the environment, something we don't have in the United States. So, does anybody else want to say anything today about Save Tacoma Water or police brutality?
Wasn't quite prepared to speak, but I was thinking that after, thank you. After Roxy brought up...
This is Selena Ellum, who's a volunteer for 15 Now Tacoma and Justice for Jackie.
Thank you. Access to water is not just a right, it's a privilege. If we abuse this privilege the way corporations are abusing this privilege, and all of us, frankly, we're going to lose the privilege, and we're going to lose everything. We cannot allow these corporations to bully us anymore. That's all I really want to say. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gabe Seimer. I've been volunteering all over the place. Wouldn't really say I'm with anyone in particular except the Green Party of Pierce County.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared to speak either, but this is the city that I grew up in, and I don't want to see this city turn into just, you know, a sacrifice for profit. I don't want to see the methanol plant go up. I don't want to see them use our water, our power, our money to make methanol to just ship overseas. And that's why I was with Redline Tacoma. That's why I was with Save Tacoma Water. And yeah, I love the city. I want it to stay as beautiful as it's been. Well, I've lived here while I was growing up, and I think this is the only way to do it. If they're gonna keep us from voting, then we go out with signs and we go out with megaphones.
Yeah. Woo!
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to say anything? Sylvia Savon is a wonderful woman who lost a beloved friend of her family to police brutality in Seattle. His name was Oscar Perez. He wrote very much.
My name is Sylvia Savon. I'm going to talk about the police brutality. Back in January of this year, we lost a native woman of PLF. Jackie was shot by the police, and they haven't been indicted. And they're just trying to hide this underneath the rug. And how many more lives are going to be taken by the police? And that that the community has no rights, no fair trial, nothing. And the police keep no jail, no justice, and more families are being taken by the police. You get stopped with a ticket, and you know you don't have any rights. Where's our human rights? And my nephew Oscar Perez Duran was in Seattle, Washington, of June 30th, 2014, just riding the light rail with his friends. The parking enforcement just came. The transit court just came with scanning all their OSHA cards. And Oscar didn't have his fare. He had a youth pass with no money on it. So they were escorted off the light rail at the Soda Lander station. And then other two of his friends were separated. They kept questioning Oscar what his name was. He said he was Mexican. He didn't want to give him his real name. He was afraid of getting deported. So they harassed him. So they called up for backup, and that's when King County Sheriff came, Malcolm Elliott. There was a fight. There was 3 of them there, and then one King officer, and they shot Oscar. He was unarmed, and it's been 2 years since he's been passed away on June 30th. So we're fighting for justice for all. Jackie, Oscar Perez, Duran, Rascal, rest in peace.
Just let the voters know about it, because it's our water. This water does not belong to the Port of Tacoma or the Environmental or the Economic Development Board. It belongs to the people. So they should come to the people and explain to them how their plans for drinking that water is going to create an environmentally sound and economically sound solution for the future. We don't want it tied. I don't think that we really want it tied to an old technology that's going to be gone in 15 years and add these 30-year contracts. You know?
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
We haven't